Hi, hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I will be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Aquarius. So during Aries season, when the moon is transiting the sign of Aquarius, that gives us an 11th house event. So again, hi, hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliver the findings for the transiting moon into Aquarius during the Aries season. Of course, that's an 11th house event. So that's our benefactors to a large degree. Spiritually, it's our heaven door. It's the legacy we leave behind in our life, not our life's legacy, 10th house, but the legacy we leave behind. So think of it as like all of the karma that we accrue during this lifetime. It also can be like long-term investment yields. It's also our larger social networks, those that we build versus the ones that were given in the third house. It also can be older siblings. Like the third house would be younger siblings, older cousins. It also would be our larger extended network, not just our social network, but our professional or our worldly. And extended family is also in the 11th house as well. It's our heaven door, like I said. So the word there is benefactors. We're coming into this spiritual alignment. It's basically perception evolving into perspective. Perspective is always higher level than perception. Perception is based off, a judgment. So when we heal, when we awaken, we have a larger, a broader perspective. You only know what you know, and you do not know what you do not know. So when we get to a higher level, oftentimes we perceive things that we couldn't see, we couldn't understand, we couldn't fathom on a lower level. That's the energy that I'm getting coming into this reading. So if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. You belong, so welcome home. It's a continued honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. We have the Strength card, Five of Swords, Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. For the gathering today, the overall energy will be four cards. All other energies will clarify or modify the cards that we have here, which are the Strength card. I repeat, the Five of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. So the Strength card is about strength, courage, and wisdom, emotional fortitude. It's also about gaining autonomy over the lower self. We're no longer bound by our instinctual or our animal nature. We've reached the intuition, we've reached the identity, we've reached the intellect, and there's some type of standards or boundaries here with the Five of Swords, is what I'm getting. Strength card mirroring the Five of Swords, but it also could be that we're holding something down in a kind of way. Maybe we're holding the field, we're holding the gate, we could be blocking something out, for instance. And it would be overtly. So we're not really in the shadow, in the dark, or dealing with hidden things. Something's here out in the open with the five and the strength card, this particular five. Now, the Six of Wands means triumph, victory. It also means having achieved something, maybe elite status, maybe some type of coveted spot or position. It also, if it's from the divine, means receiving six, glory, wands, Six of Wands, receiving glory. With the King of Cups, that's unconditional love. Okay. So it can be that we are the grand external commitment of divine love. We're projecting outward love. It also can mean that we've manifested or mastered our authentic, genuine, sincere self. We've manifested or mastered King, our authentic, genuine, and sincere self. Cups, King of Cups, we've manifested or mastered our authentic, genuine, and sincere self. But usually it means unconditional love, the King of Cups. So with the Six of Wands and the Strength card, it could mean that we have some kind of Jupiter and Leo, Jupiter in the fifth house. That would mean that we're receiving some divine assist in accordance with our drive, desires, passions, motivation. That can be our heart's desire, the soul's ambitions, but it also is the generative energy. The love we give ourselves and others is magnanimous, is expansive, and that's actually where we're going to create the most and liberate ourselves the most. So we might have had some type of open enemy, Five of Swords. It doesn't have to be a person, place, or thing, a being per se. It could be having to deal with an environment, surrounding location. It could be having to deal with a boundary standard. Okay, but there's something that's in blah, 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 English, inimical in its nature. It's antagonistic. It's adversarial, oppositional in its nature. That's another thing about the Strength card. It gives an indomitable, a formidable energy to us. Okay, with the Six of Wands, we've had to overcome something. Sometimes it's the self, especially with the King of Cups. Usually you need to experience pain before you can experience joy. Usually you need to witness darkness before you can live in the light. Oftentimes you need a polarity here. It also could be that we're dealing with Scorpio Leo energy with the King of Cups and the Strength card. Yeah, how was I supposed to know that our love would grow? We can only recognize what we are shown. So there was something that we didn't know for a while. This is what this Five of Swords is talking about. We didn't know something for a while. We were, okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. We were living in the dark. We were innocent and naive in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. Another more abstract, and of course I know this as a master, a grand tarot, grand, um, excuse me, a grand tarot master. Um, a lesser known reading for the Five of Swords could be that first, shock of the obvious where something we get startled awake. It's a little bit more of a negative or a unpleasant experience. We get startled awake, something about our naivete gets abused, and so we wake up harshly yet suddenly. And it usually is something um, startles us awake out of our ignorance, out of our innocence, out of our naivete. So naivete is believing everybody's good nature. Innocence is believing everybody has a good heart. So there's a difference between believing everybody wants the best for us and recognizing that not everybody is good in their nature. So that's another thing with the Strength card. We have loving, caring, kindness, compassion. However, we also do have the ability to be forthright, to be stoic, to deal with complex or mature things, to deal with difficult or harsh things. And we might have even had to do it. There's this energy here of they tried to bury us. They didn't recognize we were a seed. They put us under all this pressure. They didn't realize we were a diamond. They threw us out to the wolves. They didn't realize we'd come back leading the pack. The things that were designed or sent to destroy our soul actually made us bigger, brighter, and better. And we're still loving, caring, and kind with this King of Cups. So that speaks a lot to our chosen status. The sixes talk about being chosen. So here with the Six of Wands, it talks about being chosen for glory. And again, we are gathered here today to discuss the intuition and the insight coming to the part of our lives that is that of the 11th house. So the broader aspect of our life, the dharmic and karmic aspect of our life, the spiritual and divine aspect of our life, the cosmic and celestial aspects of our lives, the bigger, broader aspects of our life in relationship to benefactors and to large social groups that we belong to, networks that we belong to. Also, something that has to do with our divine or our spiritual or our pragmatic or our altruistic legacy. It can also be just about being humanitarian, altruistic, philanthropic. It can also have to be with future paced. It could also have to deal with being a celestial citizen, a galactic sovereign, versus just a citizen of the world or a member of the nation or a member of the organization or the family group that we belong to. Six of Pentacles. So we're already with 5 cards. We have 2 that are repeating. The Six of Pentacles talks about receiving favor. The Six of Wands talks about receiving glory. 3 of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles here with the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords with the 5 of Swords is wanting, excuse me, permiso, me excuse me. With the 5 of Swords and the King of Knight of Swords, with the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Swords, the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Swords, with the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Swords, we are dealing with some type of desiring Knight setting the boundaries or blocking 5 of Swords. So we had to seize upon something. We had to come harder with some kind of boundary standard. Number 1, that's in and of ourselves. Number 2, we might have had to defend ourselves in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. King of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles, that is wanting King Six of Pentacles, some type of equally beneficial narrative need exchange. We could have wanted something to be fair. Balanced, right, righteous, giving, neutral. Oftentimes, the Six of Pentacles, it's a little bit less here since there's a preponderance of sixes. Oh, we do have 1 5. So it's either or. Same energy, different manifestations depending on the environment, surrounding location we're in. With the Six of Pentacles, there's a Pentacle specifically, there's a degree of asking. Because the sixes in and of itself, especially the Six of Cups, they talk about some type of soul contract. Now the world, the realm, the dimension is the suit. So this Six of Pentacles is something that we have made an agreement in this world, in the material world. And the king here is either the arbiter or the master or the ruler or the manager or the governor or the creator. Typically, King of Pentacles has ownership or a high stake in something. Beneficial interest is what we call that. And I'm getting, we don't have it confirmed yet, but I'm already getting strength of, I'm getting Leo rising. Because something's coming back in and it's coming hard. And what had happened was there was some type of social betrayal. We might have been mislabeled, misjudged, misperceived. I'm not getting a complete misattribution. So that would have been the whole plethora, the whole poo-poo platter of miss. So not just mislabeled, misjudged, misperceived, but mistreat, misuse, misjudge, mistake, basically a miscarriage of justice and miseducation, a misallocation of resources. This is just 1 or 2 or 3 of the other. So out of the whole menu, there was like a mistake or a mislabel or a misjudged or misperceived. We probably were misjudged in some kind of way. And the aspect of that, especially in terms of the 11th house, we come in onto the scene and energy that's already there gets agitated, sometimes to the depths of their soul, and they don't know why, we don't know why, we don't know what's going on and what's happening. And the truth of the matter is that we're true and genuine and sincere and authentic within ourselves, yet we're walking into an environment, surrounding location that might have some type of stronghold of darkness, might be a principality of darkness. And really what we're doing with our light itself, we are casting truth into the shadow, into the darkness. Said differently, we might be exposing somebody's, meticulously curated narrative. And we might be seen as a threat simply because of our genuineness and our sincerity might highlight their deception or their darkness or their lack thereof. And oftentimes when we're mislabeled or misjudged or misperceived, remember that they have access to the donkey's anus, but they also have access to the horse's mouth. And so they're choosing to take bullish from the rear of the donkey instead of come and get gold from the mouth of the horse, which means, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, Priestess Abossi? It means that if somebody has access to us and they choose to believe whatever, what have you, so on and so forth. And they don't come towards us, they don't approach us with curiosity, investigation, examination, and they disbelieve whatever, especially things that are untrue. It means, regardless if they believe it or not, regardless if it was accidental, intentional, covert, overt, macro, micro, whatever, what have you, if it's what happened, it is what it is. They did what they did, the experience was what it was, the outcome was as it was, and we felt what we felt. So what that means, they had access to us, they didn't exercise that option because whatever they chose to believe is what already supported their narrative. I repeat, whatever they chose to believe is what already supported their narrative. Now, yes, my darling, absolutely, absolutely, my dear. Some people are unhealed, unawakened, but that's still part of their lesson. That's still part of their karma. That's still part of their journey. If they believe what they believe, if they chose to believe what they believe, it's because it already supported their narrative at their current level of understanding and awakening, at their current vibration. They arrived at whatever outcome they arrived at, and that's because that was part of their karma. So this is what this Three of Cups with this Five of Swords. There could also be some type of coven that's, has orchestrations, machinations. They're doing some little rukuku, brujeria, abracadabra, rahaha, whatever, what have you. Because we have this message coming in a little bit late after somebody's pondered and thought something up, but also they were drumming the depths of their soul, and they weren't doing the hoping, wishing, and praying, not the conjuring up, but the bigger, brighter, better future. They weren't expansive in terms of, head up towards the stars, above the horizon, into the future. They weren't thinking that way. They were thinking for themselves, probably acting out of fear, probably trying to protect from some sense of loss. But that's what you get. You did what you did, so you get what you get. Because if you shucking and jiving, bobbing and weaving, trying to massage the truth and assuage your feelings to protect, no, no. When you take risk in life, you take reward in life. If you lose something by being authentic, genuine, and sincere, it wasn't for you. It was just filtered out. It wasn't a loss. It was an alignment. And so that's the thing. That's what the cups and the swords can do that the pentacles and the wands cannot, because the pentacles and the wands worry about ego and material world. When the swords and the truth, when the swords deal with the truth and the cups deal with authenticity, now, yeah, okay, if they're in the reverse, if the devil's near, they maybe get into that janky space. And to be honest, the swords and the cups, if they're in the reverse, they're so much worse. 3+ times as worse as the wands and the pentacles. So, I mean, you get what you get. It's a give and take here. But this is the thing. It's hard at first. It's easier to take the wrong road and harder to take the right road. It's an easier wrong versus a harder right. To lean into the truth, to lean into discomfort, to lean into the unknown, yet be centered and guided by faith according to the authenticity and the genuineness and the sincerity of our soul, the truth of our nature and our purpose, submitting and being obedient to the calling on our life. It's harder to do that. But something's coming back around. Because we left something alone. Yeah, baby, how you doing? Hope everything is fine. Want to know what you got in mind. Yeah, so he said, oh, 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 I'm ready to ride. Yeah, sing it out. So something's coming back around. And I don't like that energy, the returner. Once we move on, we should move on, carry on. But sometimes this is not the right timing, and sometimes they're coming back for forgiveness. Something has matured. It's the butterfly here. It's kind of faded. It means it's been in the cocoon of chrysalis, so it's gone through a transformation. Because there was either some type of, I'm going to get it, resentment or open loop or some type of resentment here around love, l'amore. So something's here to be built. You said, oh, 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 I'm ready to ride. And so somebody's ready to pull through, come hard, come harder. Pardon the pun. Yeah, love is here. I'm feeling it. What is the King of Cups with the Three of Cups? Yeah, it's l'amore. When the moon hits your eyes like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. Gran Signore, this is the King of Hearts in this deck, but we still have this lurker schmurker here. This little sideways seditious and sneaky, trifling, treacherous, and treasonous little La Nimica here. This Penche Pendeja, that they're calling her. When the world starts to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, tippy tippy ding, and you'll ring and you'll sing Vita Bella. Yeah, it's coming through hardcore. Hearts will sway, tippy tippy day, like a gay down in Bella. Lucky fella. Yeah, so somebody here is thinking they're in their feelings. So here's what I'm really getting. What I'm getting. Things from the past are coming back in the light of day. And it might not be to recapture, to reclaim, to reconcile, to restore, to reunify, but there still may be reunions of some kind because there's a passing here, a passage, a clearing, and sometimes it's karmic. And yeah, there will be a few, you know, reunions. I haven't seen a reconciliation yet. You walk in a dream and you know you're not dreaming, signore. Yeah, dinari. That's something that's here at the heart of the matter. So something very precious slipped through the fingers. And I think we've been hoping, wishing, and praying us, the priestess is watching here, the light workers watching. Disgrazia does mean, London Bridge is falling down, Paris is burning, but it also means that the solution is coming. Dottore, the something is being attended to as well. And yes, it can be dramatic, bombastica. It can, a bomb could be dropped on us in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. Ten of Wands, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups, Two of Cups. A pair of twos is some type of partnership, and we're moving with authenticity, and so is the other side. So things are coming back to us honestly, with integrity. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Three of Pentacles, full card. Yeah, so over the next 3 months, something's gonna work out. Something's gonna come back in. Something's gonna pull through, come hard, come harder. But it's also being conscientious. So even though it does come in with clarity, even though it does move quickly, it also has been a long time in coming. So I think something's been there for a while. It's been processed for a while because it's trying to be practical or it needed to work something out. Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Yeah, so we're actually on a high ground here. Even though there's been some type of open betrayal or animosity or backfire or a need for boundaries and standards, something here is either guilty or backfiring. It's left a karmic residue. It's left a karmic residue. Nine of Swords with the Strength card. There was something that needed to be overcome. Literally, we needed to stand up to fear in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. because there was a wound, Four of Swords, that's an act of, that's a something that needed to be healed. It changed us. It was some type of karmic ordeal where something was unfair until we made an ask, made a request. We had to do something there in that process. Six of Pentacles. Hangman, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Remember, I was talking about, hey, there's a shift in perspective here. The Four of Pentacles is cleaving or rigidity or some type of attachment or securing a position. It's clarified for us by a seal of protection, Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Something can't pull through because it can't make it through, and it would be against negative things. We have Nine of Swords, somebody being guilty here. With the Four of Swords, they've already gone through a trial and tribulation. Four of Swords, Ten of Wands. They overcame this. They had to face something within themselves. Okay, how did that go for you? Because now they're coming through authentically, Knight of Cups. And they've manifested and matured in some kind of way, King of Cups. I mean, King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they can work something out. They can work through. They can commit to working together. When before that was unclear. And it might not be that there was anything wrong before, but it was more of an ego proposition. Something didn't work all the same. Nine of Swords. So there could have been jealousy, animosity, envy, ego. There could have been being too open, having some kind of wound or trauma that they thought they worked through that they hadn't. When you walk in a dream and you know you're not dreaming, signore. Excuse me, let you see back in old Aprile, that's amore. I'm not warmed up here, but it's coming through. I love me some Dean Martin. I grew up on that music. All the mob hits. Rosemary Clooney, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. I can go on. Yeah. Hmm. Feels really whimsical. So, what I've discerned thus far is that, yes, it's going to be mostly with the person, but the karma or the cycle behind this is that things from the past are coming back so that we can prepare for a bigger and brighter and better future because we're moving forward through life with love, with this kind of sovereignty, this kind of, you know, we're moving through the world as a compassionate being and we're being fully present, even though we have boundaries, even though we have unconditional love, we don't have unconditional tolerance, which gives us this sovereignty. Is that making sense? It gives us this quiet power. We're sovereign now. When before we were hoping, wishing, praying, conjuring up some wounding from the past because we were lurker dirk smirking. We were, you know, cheating on ourselves, dishonoring, diluting, diminishing, distorting our self-worth and value, what we deserve and what we're worth. Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, comment, share, like, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. From Liminal 11, we'll be imposing the guidance with the Modern Witches Tarot by Lisa Sturl. From Los Scarabeo, we will be imposing the guidance for any type of correlative or corresponding energy from Vita Sibilla, the Daily Oracle. Oops. From Ripe Avocado, we'll be also using the Minor Arcana cut from the Cosmic Coven Tarot by Lillian Lazenby to deliberate the findings for any type of pairing energy here. So we have a pair of fours, that's 2 fours, which normally mean, which could mean deepening a commitment, establishing some type of foundation, because there's mastery and governance individually on each side, therefore also provided in the connection of the union. But since there's no 4 wands present, this actually means suppression, repression. It's true with the strength card too. There was this time when we were suppressive, repressed, whether it was, well, I'm not getting any type of spiritual manipulation here. Actually not, because we have the 4 and 8 of Pentacles. So we were self-repressing, we were repressing ourselves, but we've done that. We've come out of that. We've mastered something, King of Swords. We're now expansive, 8 of Wands, and this other side is discerning because they went through some ordeal, Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands. And so now we're going to give it another go. We're weary, but we have a little bit left in us. We have a pair of threes here, which means co-creation, collaboration, cooperation, but there's no 3 of Wands. So we actually have cliques, covens, cabals. 3 of Cups is a coven, 3 of Pentacles is a cabal. And I was feeling that the only negative energy that I got was this 3 of Cups with the 5 of Swords. There's also the 3 of Pentacles. So some of this could be coming through work or something of that nature. And leaving behind the general theme of moving to a more galactic and sovereign celestial citizen kind of thing, our energy as we move through the world. If we are dealing with a specific situation, love is here, union is here, but sometimes the love is congenial, other times it's filial. Filial is more romantic, congenial is more friendship or platonic. Yeah, the lines get blurred a little bit, but that's kind of what it is. So there's union here, 2 of Cups, being on the same page, but we had to work through this 2 of Swords, feeling like we were on different pages. We're clarifying this double 2, not double 3. So this pair of 2s, 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, is a partnership in some kind of way. Truth needs to get revealed because there's some kind of cunning or strategy or tactic or just basically truth, clarity. Now, something could be sideways, sneaky, seditious, trifling, treacherous, treasonous, but I'm not getting that. To me, it's privacy versus secrecy versus discretion. There's something secret here because of not knowing how to move or needing to move in secret in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. Honestly, it's the need for stability that was hidden because somebody was waffling in their feelings, a little bit timid and afraid. Yeah, I know you got a little fight in your life. I know you got a lot of strength left. I should be running, but I just can't let it go. I should be crying, but I can't stop thinking. Yeah. All the things I could have said, but I never said. Yeah. All the things I could have did, but I never did. All the things that you wanted from me. All the things that you needed from me. Yeah, so this is, I don't see the Six of Cups here, though. This is interesting. So this is kind of looking back a little bit, and of course, it might be, since it's the 11th house, it might be through our entire life up until now, all the things we didn't know, all the innocence, ignorance, naivete that we had to be startled awake from, Five of Swords, all the things now that we have this higher perspective, Hangman, all the things that we kind of messed up, delay, dispersal, derision, division, death, departure, um, Nine of Swords, but we've healed from it, Four of Swords. That would be a Three of Swords if it were still an open wound. Now it's just a trauma. And we might have been of an opposing mind. We might have just been ignorant. We didn't know better. Two of Swords, we might have needed to learn. Two of Swords also has a degree of learning. So what is the Three of Pair of Threes mean, please? Because we work through something or work something out. Oh, darling, make it go. There's that Three of Swords open wound. Make it go away. Give me that moment. Yeah, something's coming back like we want to do over, I'm getting. But the do over is living amends. The do over is living the righteously, living the right life, walking the right path. The do over is to, with your life itself being the vehicle for spiritual ascension, that 11th house. The do over is doing it right, knowing better and doing better now that you know. You don't know what you don't know, and we need to forgive ourselves for everything and everyone we had to be in order to get to where we are. Knowing that we don't need to be that person anymore, and also knowing that even though to where we're going, the next step isn't entirely clear. We now are very well informed of what that previous step was and how it got us to right here, right now. Oopsie, perdón. Okay, so what fell to the ground, but it was upright and sideways. I mean, it was face up and sideways, not upright, but it was. Okay, I just said the word Reichstaff, so for some reason, so Northern European is coming through, which I always hear when I hear Spaghetti Benedetta Italian, that tells me there's witchcraft, and when I hear like Norse come through, it tells me that there's a cabal. Something is like a structure. Something was designed to be that way to keep power in the hands of some kind of select group. Okay, we just had another fall to the ground. Yeah, so we were used as a golden goose. We were, something was extracted from us without our knowing. And we're learning about the authentic, true, genuine nature of ourselves, of our soul, of our being, of our true, authentic self, of our true nature and our authentic purpose, of our true purpose, authentic nature. So, some kind of spell is lifting, hex is broken, curse is lifting. But it took wounding. It took being hurt a little bit, or it took some kind of adverse experience in order to learn something. Yeah, because we had to detach. Also, understanding that whatever was alive on our mind, whatever was alive in our spirit, we were going to manifest that. So, whatever we chose to believe is what we were going to see. Bring me that little kiss. Yeah, bring the moment back. Give me that kiss. Give me that moment of kindness, that moment of innocence, that moment of longing, yearning, wanting, hoping, wishing, praying. Bring back the innocent. Bring back those sweet times. Bring back those times when I was full of trust and hope and love, and not this harsh wounding of the reality, not this bursting of my innocence bubble. Not is that coming through? Because that's what I'm getting. We have a pair of sixes here. So a pair of six means gifts and grants and favor and blessings and support, basically being chosen. Nine of Wands. So, I know you got a little fight in you left. I know you got a lot of strength left. So that's what this is. It's spiritual strength. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be running, but I can't stop thinking. Yeah. All the things I could have said, but I never said. All the things I could have did, but I never did. Um, I don't know if that's Woman's Work or World by Kate Bush. It might be another song by Kate Bush. Yeah. All the things that you wanted from me, all the things that you needed from me. So remember what I said, we don't know what we don't know. We have to forgive ourselves for who and what we had to be to get to where we are, knowing that the next step is not clear, but the previous step is abundantly clear. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. And you can see I'm like singing, I'm bursting out into song. Um, it's coming through like so. I'm moved with the spirit because we're like maturing in some kind of galactic or celestial way, like our alien is showing, like our future self is bearing upon the present, is what I want to say. Yeah, because I keep hearing that. I know you got a little fight in your love. I know you got a lot of strength left. Yeah, yeah, I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. Like, it's kind of like we're done crying. We're done poring over what happened. We're done asking the why of the why of the why of the why. We're done sitting there and processing the situation that will never be entirely clear. The only thing that is clear is what we would do now. See, the biggest thing we can do for ourselves is be the person that we wish we had when we were still innocent and naive and insecure and unknowing. Or innocent, excuse me, not insecure, innocent. We have a pair of tens here, I believe. No, we don't. So we ran everything down. I didn't get that pair of sixes. Yeah, so remember what I said? We might need to ask because we were left out in the cold or abandoned. We went through some kind of hardship, perhaps due to some stinking thinking. Really, what it was a failure to tap into spirit and ask for support. So some of this could be like, God, I forsook you. I forsook you, Lord, and I didn't know that you were there for me. I didn't know that I was wrapped in your bosom and that you were always my shepherd shielding me. I didn't know. Sometimes it's that because now we have unconditional love and going forward, and that's really beneficial. We're going to continue. It is coming through so strong, that song. I want to burst out into sing. Give me that. Yeah. So Two of Pentacles, we're attending to the situation. Star card, Seven of Swords. Yep. Page of Pentacles, Chariot, and I want. So there's some kind of time magic going on. We're reviewing time, looking at the timeline, seeing all the darkness that we've come out of, knowing that we want to align something. That's why I kept feeling the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords is Saturn and Libra. Saturn is exalted in Libra. So we've come into alignment, is what this means. Two of Pentacles, Star card, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Chariot, Nine of Wands. We don't have a Six of Cups here, which makes me feel like soul contracts. But we have the star card here, which is the calling in our life. It's also spirit, karma, life path, destiny, our calling. And with the chariot, it means broadening our horizons in a way where there's like an overnight success. We had a spontaneous or sudden awakening because we held to our own Nine of Wands. That's the Kate Bush song. You know, I know you got a little fight in your love. I know you got a lot of strength left. It's because we, even though we wanted to attend to every situation, even though we wanted to make amends and make things better and to go back to the past and repair things, we still held on to our spiritual strength. We still held on to who we really were. And finally, McFinally, the truth of the whole situation came through. Finally, we saw things for what they were, which were transformative experiences. Now we have even more twos. We have a triple two. So there was a lot going on to get us to where we're going right now. 3 twos in a reading means multiple moving parts, multiple collaborations, coordination. I want to know what the Seven of Swords with the Star card is, because it says in a week or so we're going to see all the reversals, all of the things turning around, Two of Pentacles, all of the tables turning. It could also just be wheels turning with the chariot here. Yeah, the wheels are turning, things are turning around. You turn the beat around. Okay, so we're hearing the music. Gloria Estefan, Tina Turner, Kate Bush. There was another song in the early beginning. I don't remember what it was anymore. Yeah, but we've been longing, wishing, hoping, praying, conjuring up some wounding and yearning from the past. So spiri is the longing. It's not like the Three of Wands. This here is the Six of Swords. It's the Six of Spades, which means very small incremental growth. In La Vida Sibila, it means that we might be waiting for something that never happens. So we might be looking back to the past, things that we can't really change, but we learned a whole lot now, today, just recently. And it made us King of Hearts, Gran Signore. We also have the King of Cups down here too, which means unconditional love. It gave us this beautiful soul, this beautiful heart. And that's what we need to take forward because there's a lot to work on and more is to be revealed. And listen, Dottore. So we have the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So Dottore means we can attend to the situation, Two of Pentacles. We have what we need for the future, maybe, but we can't do everything about the past. There might be a Cancer Sun here. With the King of Cups and the Chariot. We could also have some type of Capricorn or Cancer rising. We could have a moon in Aquarius. There could also be an Aquarius rising as well. So we figured out what happened and also things are coming into balance, into alignment. But again, some other people, it was misattribution. If somebody isn't in our lives anymore, if they were allowed to leave our lives, not by us, but if they left our life, we need to let them. It's not about going back and explaining. We need to deal with some of these losses. Things were stripped away, and that's actually a good thing. It might not seem like it, it might hurt. We have a pair of, it's always been here too, I didn't see it before. We have a pair of knights and a pair of kings. What was this pair of knights? Yeah, again, Six of Cups. So this is the soul contract healing. What I just said, another double five, different pair of fives this time. Fives is depletions, destabilization, debilitations. We've got to work through these feelings, lean into the discomfort. Whoever's leaving our life, let them. Because we're making room for something bigger, brighter, and better. This is this pair of kings here. Yeah, something bigger, brighter, and better is coming down the road. Queen of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. What that means is that we'll attract what we deserve if we hold on to our vibration. When we need to move on, move forward. Six of Swords, leaving things behind. We have that double five still on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, sitting in the park in Paris, France, and reading the news, and it sure looks bad. They won't give peace a chance. Just some dreams some of us had. Yeah, so it's fine to wish and to hope for a bigger, brighter, and better future. To think that everybody loves everybody, and that the world is possible of achieving peace and serenity and sanctity and heaven on earth. It's still fine to believe in that kind of version of humanity. But I wouldn't want to stay here. It's too old and cold and settled in those ways here. Oh, California, oh, California, I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm getting that so strong. So we're coming home to the divine. We're coming home to our true authentic self. We're, happy people. Oh, oh, oh. So we've heard Joni Mitchell. We've heard Ace of Base. That song I just sang is about New Earth. We walked so far and traveled all alone. Yeah, come through and I will dance with you. We've got to put all these disappointments of the past to bed. We've got to let things go. Chalk it up to healing and learning and move on and move forward. Okay. It's hard. It's easier said than done, but that is what I'm getting, and it's running clean. So it's been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to serve. Thank you for allowing me to do so. If anything I said resonated deeply with you, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, and a donation. This was about moving on and moving through some darkness. I bet a lot of lessons from the past are being reviewed in these current days, and we're trying to figure out what to uh, do with all this. So we're kind of cleaving. We might be a little rigid in our reasoning, wanting to know the why of the why of the why of the why, but we're about to open up our hearts, open up our lives to real, true, chosen people, people that are going to be with us for a while. They're not going to leave us immediately. Or let's just say a higher quality, a higher caliber of people, people that are aligned with our true nature and our true purpose. Okay. So take good care until we meet again, until we meet again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. If anything resonated deeply with you, go ahead and smash that like button. Just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine, unconditional, loving, universal oneness. We love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May we all be happy. May we all be at peace. May we all be fulfilled. May we all receive everything we ever wanted, starting with what we deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Sayonara, das vidanya, Avida Go ahead and smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Take good care. Bye-bye.